What is going on? Good people. I just think it sounds better when it comes from me, man. I think you'd be trying it, but then you have to add
Nah,
extra words in it.
nah.
We sound it anyway. What's going on, good people? It is time for your GFW Impact Wrestling review for 9/7/2017. Definitely excited. Just Casey and DJ tonight. I'm not sure what Rabbit is. He might come in midway through the review. Midway through the review, I don't know. I have not heard from Rabbit tonight, so I'm not sure right now. So I guess we'll see as the review progresses. I'm going to try to not talk so fast because I feel like I'm getting tongue tied trying to talk fast for no reason. Anyway, let's jump into it. I know Casey had some points about kind of, I guess, some of the issues that GFW is going through again, or TNA, whatever you want to call it, because they got that stigma, man. I'm telling you, that old TNA stigma. I hate when people say that. I don't know about you, but I hate it. It's like, and I don't know if I'm like just this like weird TNA homer or something, or like I don't know. Like I feel like a lot of things people say about GFW, TNA, Impact, Anthem, Owl, Championship Wrestling, whatever. I feel like it's one of those things where it's just an overreaction every single time, and it's like the boy who cried wolf to me. But anyway, I know you had some things written down about kind of some of the things that's going on. Um,
Yeah, I mean, first of all, if y'all don't know, there's rumors that Anthem wants to sell GFW now or Impact, whatever, and there's rumors that Jeff Jarrett will be leaving Impact, in which case he could essentially take GFW, the name, the rights to the name, with him. So Impact would have to rebrand again. Um, I mean, it sucks. I know everyone is gonna, talk crap about GFW, TNA, whatever. But most of these people, anyway, are the ones that never actually watch the show. They just, read the dirt sheets and the news report or reports on the sites and whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day, and we'll get more into it on the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast episode 5, because I'm sure we'll talk about that. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like if you saw Bully Ray's tweet, he tweeted out to basically to the Impact roster. He said it's not the wrestlers' fault at all. It's GFW/TNA has, GFW TNA has some of the best talent in the world. It's just horrible business decisions at every turn with everyone who has had any sort of leadership. And I'm saying everyone. Dixie made mistakes. Jarrett made mistakes. Everyone. I don't think there's been one person who's had a leadership role in TNA that hasn't made a huge mistake here or there, at least one.
and let's be honest. I mean, in any company, there's going to be you're going to make a mistake in whatever leadership role you're in. You're going to outkick your coverage. You're gonna sign too many people at one time. You're gonna, I guess, you're gonna not pay your talent. Even Vince has done it. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's just one of those things. I I'm one of those guys, I guess, I always stick up for everything that gets like bashed. I feel like, um, and TNA is one of those big things to me. I mean, they did come to my hometown one time, so I think it's a little bit of a homer type thing for me. But still, I think it's one of those things. No matter who takes control, I'm still gonna watch. No matter if they go through another rebrand or I'm still gonna watch because I know that the shows are gonna be solid regardless. People, I had somebody come up to me, and it actually triggered an overreaction Friday for me last week, but I moved it to this week. Came up to me and I had my Bobby Roode shirt on from TNA, and he was like, "That, you got that crappy TNA shirt on or whatever." And he started talking to me about like the production value and stuff like that, and I'm like, but like when you really watch it, it's not like it's an eyesore to watch, even from a production standpoint. Um, so like I don't know. I mean, does it look like WWE as far as like being as big? No, but like I don't know what wrestling company really does. Now I don't even think New Japan compares to what WWE can do as far as production value is concerned. Um, so
Well,
like Yeah.
And with that, like I've always said, I personally prefer the lower production value. I like, the Ring of Honor shows. I like the indie shows, I don't necessarily like the big flashy, lights and all that stuff. You don't really need that for a good wrestling show, you know.
Yeah, and like you said, I definitely agree with you when you said, it's basically people who don't even watch the product. Or watch it like one time and see one particular part they don't like, and they're like, "Oh, this show was terrible."
Yeah.
And and I've always been an advocate of not, one moment doesn't make the show for me, whether it's good or whether it's bad.
Yeah. I just think it's ironic that it's almost a year to the day that, or it's almost exactly a year from when Anthem bought Impact, that
Yeah.
they already want to, let it go.
Well, well, I think it's one of those things, man, where I just think, Impact just needs a strong leader. Like, no matter how much we and especially the Impact and TNA haters will just go after Dixie Carter for everything it's worth, she was a strong leader. She stood by it no matter what until it got to the point where and until it got to the point where she was having personal issues that she had to deal with, that kind of she couldn't run the company anymore. Which a lot of people don't think about it. People are like, oh, she just ran away when it got bad. Back in what was it, 2012, 2013, when people said TNA was at its worst, even some people would say that, I think, what was it, 2010 or 2009 or something, was TNA's worst. Like, she was there. And like, I think that's what they need right now. I think recently we've had a lot of people come in who have like came in with this vision or whatever, but haven't really been strong about it. They haven't really stuck to it. They get to a point where it's low, or they get to the point where there's criticism coming their way and they run away from it. And I think that's what Impact needs right now is they need a strong head leader. I don't care. I mean, I don't care if they change brands again, but I would hope, if they do, um, if they were to change brands again, I would honestly hope they would stick to that brand for like ever. Like, just because, like, it does get confusing at times. And like, I mean, I find myself confused just trying to figure out what to call it now. Because yes, they call it GFW, but yes, they call it Impact Wrestling, and yes, Anthem's included. But then you still got TNA on top of that. Like, it's like, I just think they need to, if they're gonna rebrand any more than they already have, then I think they need to be solid about what the rebrand is going to be and don't change it. Whoever comes in, don't come with your own name. Just keep it how it is and brand it the way you need to brand it.
Yeah. Yeah, they need somebody who is a strong leader and who can build a good team, a good solid team, because I think that's an issue too. You know, it feels like they have all these, whoever the head leader is, and then they have all these like random other people that they bring in for creative or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just, you need a good, strong foundation.
And even if it's like your close personal business partners or close personal business friends or close personal friends anyway, who just have a mind for wrestling, like, that would work, because at least you're not, your friend's not going to leave you high and dry for whatever reason it is.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. We'll get into that more on the weekly show, I guess.
yeah, we will, which will be coming out at some point tomorrow. I'm really not sure right now exactly when that's going to happen. Like I said, I'm going out of town, but I always try to do stuff when I go out of town, even though I'm going out of town. So, I try to do as many videos in other places as I can so I can make a collection. Yeah. But but anyway, jumping into the first match we had of the night, which was an X Division tag team match. I almost said X Division tag championship match. I don't think that's how that works. But we had Sanjay Dutt and Petey Williams versus Caleb Conley and Trevor Lee. I don't know about you, but for some reason, and I'm really starting to notice this now, but I'm not mad about it. And a lot of times I don't notice these little things, but like, for some reason I really like the fact that TNA pipes their chants in. I don't know about you, but, and this is something I don't notice a lot. I'll be honest. I don't notice like overtly piping in boos, overtly piping in cheers. The only reason I even notice it with TNA is because it's constant. If you know what I mean. If you like, there's no way the crowd is just booing for like 20, 30, 40 seconds on end when someone's coming out for an entrance or after somebody wins. So that's the only reason I really noticed it tonight. But for some reason, I actually like it. And it may just be I like hearing the heels get booed, and I like hearing the faces get cheered. That might be just what it is. And I don't know. For some reason, I kind of like it. I don't know why. But I definitely thought Caleb Conley and Trevor Lee looked good together. But then again, I felt like both teams, they had some very nice moves together. I would like to see Trevor Lee and Caleb Conley in a tag team to go for the titles. I think that's one of the things they could use some of these extra X Division guys for, because usually there's not another storyline going on besides the normal X Division title storyline. Um, I guess I was trying to figure out, you know, so Sanjay Dutt and Petey Williams won, right?
Yeah, I
I think
think.
I got myself mixed up. Okay, yeah, because they did the Canadian Destroyer, and then the splash. Um, but I feel like I guess I was trying to figure out who benefits from this match more. Um, I think that was like my main question after this. I was like, well, I know Dutton Williams won, but who actually benefited from this match more than anybody, I guess. And I don't know. I really don't know who to say and who really benefited from this match. Uh, as much as it feels like they did. But I guess I can pose that question to you because I'm kind of curious because I feel like they both teams look good. But I didn't know who was best for winning in this one. I guess. Any
Uh,
thoughts on the X Division tag match?
I didn't know if you were done there with
Yeah.
your thought or if you were just. Um, yeah, I definitely liked it. I thought it was a great match. I definitely thought, like you said, they all worked really well together. In this match. I mean, and as for a winner, honestly, I feel like this could have gone either way. Uh, I think
And maybe that's why I can't figure it out because it could have gone either
yeah,
way and wouldn't mattered.
it's so rare that we have matches like this where we feel like it really could go either way and it would be fine. But I do think it could have gone either way. Also, you just made me think about it, and I would love to see actually a second tag team title. I mean, kind of like New Japan, where New Japan has the uh, IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships and the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. If they added like an X Division Tag Team Championship, I think that would be cool. Also bring back the Knockouts Tag Team titles. Just saying.
Right.
But I think that would be something cool because a lot of companies don't really do that anymore. I think, as far as I know offhand, New Japan is one of the only ones that has two sets of tag team titles.
And by two sets, he means like two sets by weight class, not two
Yeah.
sets of titles like Raw and SmackDown. Because I know someone's gonna be like, "Oh, you know what? That Raw and that SmackDown, they got two sets of titles."
Wait, SmackDown itself has two dead. Oh, I didn't know that.
And, well, you know what I mean. Like WWE has two sets of titles, right? But next we had LAX. I almost said Lax because that's what I put. LAX versus Bowen and Wentz. I think we seen Bowen and Wentz a couple weeks ago. I think it was against OVE if I'm not mistaken. Um, this was definitely a jobber match. LAX definitely won easily. They used that tag team skill so to get that win. They ended up winning with their power bomb. Power bomb. What do they call that? Freaking overcastle. They call it the overcastle in the game, but I feel like they call it something else in real life. Type of a combination. After the match, OVE comes out, and they had I still can't tell them apart. I don't know why, but I can't. Uh, but one of the guys had the mask on the side, and I was confused, and I was kind of scared at the same time. I don't like it. I don't like it. Like I like it like I like it from a character standpoint, but I don't like it. No, I don't like it. It was weird, but I don't know. I'm definitely excited to see this because OVE came out and they kind of stake their claim for the titles and kind of like I like how they use the family ties type thing as well in their promo against LAX. But I also like Conan coming out and saying, hey, we're the champions. We call the shots, and we're gonna do this in Tijuana. But I like OVE being up to that challenge as well. So there was a lot of different things I liked about this promo. But Casey, any thoughts on the LAX jobber match and then the aftermath of the LAX jobber match?
Yeah, I definitely like Zachary Wentz. I do. We've seen him a couple times. Obviously in jobber matches, but I like him. I still. I think we saw him in an indie show too at some point. I think possibly on the Friday Night Fight app or something. I know I've seen him somewhere before too. But LAX just they too good. They too good for them. They too good for this jobber team. They too good. I definitely liked that they showed OVE watching from backstage, then coming out after the match. I'm definitely excited for LAX versus OVE for the titles. I know Rabbit's probably not, but
I mean, like I said, I like OVE. Like I don't know why Rabbit doesn't like him, but I like him at least from a character standpoint. I mean, we haven't seen much of him in the ring just because we haven't seen much of him in the ring. It's been jobber match.
Yeah. I'm excited for the match. I hope they show the entire match because they've done that before where like they'll show part of a match and they're like, that was the match. And we're like, no, it wasn't. No. And I personally like when they go to other promotions and you guys kind of get to see another promotion. So I'm excited that we're going to see a match from the Crash promotion. So definitely excited for that.
Well, if they're going to work with so many promotions, you might as well, promote them and work with them in that way. So I like it too.
I'm gonna say it because I just this week really took notice to the titles. I don't like the new titles. I don't.
The new tag titles?
Yeah, don't like them.
Do you like the new X Division title? Because I know you didn't really like the X Division title in the beginning anyway.
I like the original X Division title.
Like when it was X title?
They need to bring that back. The
original. Like you talking about when it was like X title?
Yeah.
No, that title was terrible.
No, the original like TNA X Division title, like the original one, the first one.
You said like original. I thought you meant like the one that was just an X and it had a title underneath it.
That might have been the one.
How did you like that? That thing was terrible. You're talking about the one that that like AJ Styles and them held, right? Not no. Don't tell me you like that. I'll have to Google this and try to figure out which one you're liking because the one you're talking about, yes, it said TNA X Division champion. The one I'm talking about, that's the original one, was legit NWA TNA X title, like it's what it said. If you go Google.
That was a pretty good looking title. I'm looking at it right now.
Do you really like that title?
No, I like the second one.
Okay, I was about to say, like, bro, that title's terrible. I mean, because I really like you said, I really like that first when it was actually the TNA X Division title. Like, I really like that one too. But anyway, if anybody liked that X title, you can unsubscribe. Well, okay, I mean, you ain't got to. We can have different opinions, but still, you're a terrible person. But anyway, moving on to, I think we had the tag team match next. It felt like we had a bunch of tag team matches. Speaking of on this show, but we had the Taylor and Terrell and Sienna versus Gail Kim. I don't know why I put Taylor and Terrell because that's not Gail Kim and Allie. I definitely like Taylor and Terrell's entrance. Like she ain't lost a step in the entrance category, at least. Like Taryn Terrell is still an attractive lady. I will put it out that way. But anyway, I definitely like her entrance though. It is very similar to kind of her Dollhouse entrance a little bit. I feel like It's probably just me, but I like Sienna. I just do, or Sierra. But I do though. Like I like Sienna. I'm a big fan of Sienna. I like her. I like her a lot. I like her aggression. Like I like how aggressive she is. I thought it was hilarious how annoyed Sienna was with Taryn Terrell's whole match. Like every time she tag herself in, every time she tag out, anything she do ever. like I was just laughing at Sienna's facial expressions throughout this match. Um, this match was pretty much isolate Gail Kim, which I thought was kind of weird because you would expect them to isolate Allie. Since Allie's the more quote inexperienced, and from her character in Impact that we've seen, she's the more inexperienced one. I mean, I still think she would probably be more inexperienced than Gail Kim, but still, she's the more inexperienced one. She's the one who's kind of the one you could take advantage of. But I was surprised they actually cut off the ring with Gail Kim instead. And then Allie got in. Allie tried to go for the top rope splash. I think no, she's going crossbody. She's going for a crossbody, and KM got involved. Braxton just like took him out, which I also don't understand. Like they try to book Braxton as a heel, but then he do face stuff. Like how that work though? Like I get it, he gotta protect his girl, but like he didn't do it like in a jealous aspect. He did it like in a face aspect. So they done goofed on that. And then she goes forward, she goes forward again, and Sienna, well, she's still up there, and she goes for the crossbody, and Sienna rolls through and ends up getting the tights. I freaking after the match, because I'm thinking too far ahead here, but after the match, Sienna and Taryn Terrell continue their attack on Gail Kim and Allie, and then Taya Valkyrie makes her glorious entrance, I guess, because it took her forever to get to the ring. She was in no hurry to help anyone, but she came out and then ended up attacking Allie and Gail Kim, which I thought was weird. I think it was more so Gail Kim, but I thought
she attacked Rosemary because Rosemary came back.
Huh? I forgot about. Yeah, that's true. See, I'm confused because Rosemary's supposed to have like elbows not there anymore, so it was confusing. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah, Rosemary came out to help, and then Taya Valkyrie came out as the numbers game just kind of mounted on Rosemary. Apologies, I apologize. And then as Taya Valkyrie came out, she attacked Rosemary. That's why Allie was looking like that. Never mind. She attacked Rosemary, but didn't really draw a line. Like she drew a line in the sand, but she didn't like say I'm aligned with these two or anything. So I'm kind of wondering about that. Freaking Allie's face when Taya Valkyrie was just kind of looking down on them on the outside. Like her mad face was so hilarious. Like she was so mad. I was like, oh my god. And even after she lost, she was the same way. She was like, really? Like for real though? Did I really did you just do that? Like I don't know. I love Allie. Like she's amazing. But Casey, any thoughts on the Knockouts tag team match?
Yeah, this is part of why I really wanted Rabbit to be here because I don't like this match at all. Nope, not at all. Didn't like it. I just and this might have just been my perspective and my opinion. Whatever. Everyone, it's like a butthole. Everyone has one, except mine's right and yours is wrong. Everything in this match just seemed way too rushed and sloppy to me. Maybe we've just been kind of like spoiled with the amazing women's wrestling in the Mae Young Classic. But to me, everything in this match just looked terrible, which normally isn't the case. Normally, they do
something that don't look terrible though.
I don't even want to hear it. This man,
Taya Valkyrie.
Oh, you're right. No, you're right. No, you're right.
I think she was the highlight.
But anyway, what I would like to know, and first of all, this man charged me $5, so he's already starting off on my bad side. Where was Braxton?
Does he like constantly like? Is that a thing that happens like once a week or something? He sends you a bill like for $5.
Okay. Every time, like. But anyway, Where was Braxton Sutter after the match when his girl was being attacked? Bruh, where you can't you a big man, you can't help you, bruh. I'm just saying, I can't be the only one who noticed that. I was like, wasn't he right on the outside? Like, he can't jump in and be like, yo, get off my. I'm just saying. It was good to see Rosemary back. I was definitely hyped for Taya Valkyrie's debut. The only thing I didn't like was you could see Taya turning and attacking Rosemary a
Yeah,
mile away.
yeah, it was obvious.
Like, as soon as she got in the ring, I'm like, yeah, she gonna turn. Yep, and there it is. But so now I guess this is a perfect way to set up a 6 knockout tag team match, which I guess I'm sure they're gonna do. But the match I didn't really like, but after the match, I liked that it started, possibly another, feud or storyline there. And I kind of want to see kind of what they do with Taya Valkyrie from here. I want to see if they actually do anything with her and Johnny Impact, since
Yeah.
they're an actual couple in real life. I want to see if they do anything with them or if they just keep them separate.
Yeah. All right, moving on. I know we had a video package for your global champion Eli Drake, which I liked. I actually I forgot about it because I was like, we didn't get an Eli Drake promo tonight, so I guess it's technically counts. And then Jim Cornette comes out for pretty much no reason. Jim Cornette comes out. like, like for real though, like he came out and talked about like stuff we already knew. And I'm like we already know this. Like, why are you telling? Then Johnny Impact came out for no reason, like interrupted the man for no reason to come talk about how he wants to be in the title picture and he wants to be a number one contender. And then LAX comes out, which I actually liked, because I like that they're keeping this low key. Should be the number one contender storyline. Like, they're keeping that going because he should. And I love when freaking LAX came out. I don't know. For some reason, I'm really liking LAX right now. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because, you know, Jim Cornette just fits the Yankee Doodle cracker description or something. Is that racist? I mean, but for real though, like I feel like if I think of what LAX's quote Yankee Doodle cracker description is going to be, I think of Jim Cornette, Southern accent, but like, I'm just saying. But anyway, I definitely like this though. Like this felt like one of the most impassioned. That's the one thing I do like about LAX is like they for the most part they always feel like they're really passionate about this like white supremacy type thing that they're trying to fight or whatever. For some reason, I don't know why. It's something like with Conan or something. I feel like, but he always feels like he's really impassioned about that. And low key tonight was on. Like low key is good regardless, but I don't know if it's low key just really not liking Jim Cornette straight up. But like for real though, like low key was on tonight, and I loved it. Like I thought it was great. And I also love them playing, trying to downplaying what Johnny Mundo's done. Freaking when Loki said, this ain't WWE. Like, I, I'm weird and I like that type stuff. I don't know. I'm weird and I like that type stuff. A lot of people are like, oh, it's too overboard and they shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't. And I like it though. I like it. He said. I mean, he didn't even just say WWE. He said this ain't WWE. This ain't Lucha Underground. This ain't AAA. Bleeping W or whatever, right? Or whatever he said. You know what I'm saying? Like I just really liked it though. Like he was so like angry and impassioned tonight for some reason. I don't know if he like really just hates Jim Cornette and he thought he was talking to Jim Cornette with that. Like, I don't know, but it was great. And then the brawl afterwards was kind of weird because LAX didn't really do anything. Like low key kind of just did his own thing and LAX just kind of stood there. I mean, Santana did sell for like 3 years, but he did sell that punch in the face for like 3 years. But like they didn't really do anything. We're so used to LAX just kind of jumping everybody, and like in this one they didn't really do it until the security came in. Then they just kind of were like, you know what, it's our turn now. But I definitely like this. Like I thought it was good. I hope I really hope that the low key rumor that he's leaving is not true because I really like low key. And I'm liking him in LAX. I'm liking this I'm overlooked type of a thing he's going with. So I'm definitely curious to see what they're gonna do with this because I like it. Plus, what VOW at though? I'm just saying. Casey, thoughts on Jim Cornette's state of impact? Jim Cornette saying obvious things, and the aftermath of Jim Cornette saying things we already know.
First of all, I love how Eli Drake referred to Johnny Impact as Cornette's golden boy, when ironically Johnny is the type of wrestler Cornette hates. I was like, bruh.
Yeah, yeah,
I definitely like the promo with Johnny and Low Key. Low Key seemed like legitimately angry, and I think you touched on that with the being impassioned and everything, and I definitely liked it. What I was confused about was during the brawl, why the hell were they ringing the bell? Like
yeah.
it wasn't even a match. Why are you ringing the bell? Like why? What is that gonna do? Like, bruh. I don't understand.
Supposed to get everybody's attention, man. That's the point.
It's like ding 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 ding. I'm like, it wasn't a match. You can't ring the no. Stop it. I don't know. But yeah, it was good. And Johnny is, Jim Cornette's golden boy. Can't.
Yeah, he is. We got next. Jim Cornette announced that low key it was gonna be low key versus Johnny Impact next week for the number one contenders shot at the global championship, which I'm excited about. Then we had kind of the last week recap of Grado finding out that Laurel was from Canada. And then Joseph Park's like, there's only one thing you can do. You got to break it off. And Grado, he won't scared at all to break it off. Like he was scared at first, as far as like trying to get with her when she was broken, but he won't scared at all to break it off. He did it all easy and he didn't even let her down softly or nothing. He was like, "It's not you, it's me," and she won't having that. So we about to get Broken Laurel back again, which I'm excited about, but I'm gonna miss this. Oh my. I'm gonna miss this Laurel. I'm just gonna have to keep tabs on Instagram because I am gonna miss this Laurel. I do. I mean, my goodness. Casey, thoughts on the Grado and the number one contenders match we got next week?
You know what? Grado, he my boy. He got my back. I'm happy. I'm proud of you for calling off the wedding. It wasn't right for you. It wasn't right. And also we gonna get rebroken Laurel. I'm so excited. Oh yes, so excited. What about the number one contenders match?
All right, we just gonna move on. Like his man, no. Anyway, his man only cares about broken luck. Let's jump into the AAA Triple Mania video package. I'm gonna put them both all in the same thing because they kind of touched on a couple of things all at the same time. I liked Rosemary's paint, by the way. Like that, like at the very beginning, they showed her face paint, and I really liked it. This was definitely good though. I like that they kind of put the spotlight more so, especially in the first part, more so around DJZ's return. I really like that because DJZ, obviously almost died during a match in Mexico. How long ago was it? It was a while ago. It's probably about
4 months ago.
Huh?
It was about 4 months ago.
Yeah.
From what they said anyway. I think it was a little longer than that because of the tape delay or whatever.
Yeah. And I'm definitely excited to have him back because I love DJZ. And I'm wondering kind of when he's going to come back to GFW. I'm definitely glad that he got, he's still doing his thing. Then it kind of touched on Lashley and kind of him going to Triple Mania for his own personal reasons, and then getting eliminated by Moose. Him being really mad about that. which I liked him getting mad about it, like them supposed to be friends and supposed to be from the same brand, and the fact that he wasn't being able to compete for a championship. Um, and then I like at the end, they kind of with the cliffhanger of you know, wrestling might not be for me anymore, or whatever. Like that little cliffhanger they left with Lashley, and then they touched on kind of the controversial type stuff as well, with Jeff Jarrett being Jeff Jarrett, and with the Rosemary situation, they kind of called it unprofessional, but they also kind of mentioned that they're gonna repair that relationship and try to keep that relationship in the way that it is, even though something negative came out of it. But I definitely liked it. I like when they show stuff like this, because with GFW, regardless of what anybody will say, being a mainstream company, it is nice to be able to promote these other companies. These independent companies, for my boy who will get mad at me for saying that AAA is independent and indie. But I don't know, like I definitely like it. I like them showing stuff like this. But Casey, thoughts on the Triple Mania video packages?
I video packages for from Triple Mania. I still definitely really want to try to check out the show because it looked pretty good. Other than the issue, the incident that happened, it was cool to see DJZ come back to Mexico, where he almost died about 4 months ago or whatever it was. So that was pretty cool. Um, when Jarrett was talking about Moose eliminating Lashley, and then he said something about that they're friends, I was like, wait, what? They friend? What? Wait, what? um, the triple threat ladder match looks like it was an awesome match. I definitely want to check that out. For all three of Johnny Mundo's, or I think he's still technically Johnny Mundo in AAA,
Yeah.
but Johnny Impact. I'm
Well,
sure.
I mean, but he only had to grab one belt though.
I don't know.
Like it looked like it.
I love how that he has all three titles, and that's the first time anyone's ever done that in AAA. And Rabbit would still be like, "Yeah, well, he still ain't that good. He still ain't proven himself." And I'll be like, "Bruh." Um, they obviously showed the incident with Rosemary. And you could really see, from the backstage footage how angry everyone was, especially Jeff. Which I mean, you can't blame him, for one of his, talents intentionally being injured. And he wasn't necessarily mad at the people backstage. Everyone was mad at what had happened. So, obviously, tensions were running high anyway. So it was interesting to kind of see that backstage look at, what was going on. Cause, we heard the stories and everything about how everyone was angry backstage, but to actually see the cameras back there, definitely, built that up even more. Like it was a serious issue that happened. But I like that, it's not gonna, tear the working relationship from AAA and GFW, and it shouldn't, because at the end of the day, it was something that Sexy Star did. It wasn't anything that AAA did. AAA was just as mad at her as GFW and the rest of the roster and the fans were. So it's her. It's not anything that AAA did. So I like that they're still gonna try to work together with AAA and other promotions. But
Now it didn't look as bad as I thought it was going to when they actually showed it.
yeah,
But you could like tell that she was like deliberately doing something though.
yeah. You could see that it wasn't too. Obviously, she was injured, but I mean, obviously, we saw her back on this show, so and we heard she wasn't going to have any time out, but it could have been a lot worse anyway. I think that's one of the big points.
Well, all right. Moving on Well, we had a Garza Jr. video package which I really liked too, because I didn't realize how much of a kind of a legacy he had. I mean, obviously I know he's a junior, so he has family, but I didn't realize that he was in kind of he had accomplished all that he had, so that was pretty cool. I really liked that, and then we had Kizzy Mitchell backstage, supposed to be working. She out here texting. Anyway, but she was texting and she was like, hey, Richard, what's going on? Like shouldn't you be like healing up or something? And Richard, he got to make sure he there, bro. Regardless, he might be beat up, he might be battered, he might be squished from a splash he took last week, but he got to be there. Richard Justice has to be there just in case somebody needs him. So Richard Justice, he's still standing by, baby. I love this man. I love this man so much. And then I'm sure Rabbit hated that segment, but anyway. Then we had a Matt Sydal video package type promo type interview type thing, which I like. Kind of getting ready for the title match coming up here soon. Casey, thoughts on any of those things?
I mean,
I don't remember all of it.
There's another video package that you missed, and another. There's two videos you missed. So, first of all,
are they irrelevant, or are you gonna just say, "Oh, here's a video package"?
They're not irrelevant because I wrote notes on them, so they're not relevant. But I love the Desmond Xavier video package.
Oh yeah, I did like that one. Yeah, well, I didn't write it down here. I wrote it down in my article though on dailydt.com. Check that out. By the way, I did write it down. I wrote a nice little lengthy piece on it too.
I like him talking about how he got into wrestling and how the Chris brothers, aka OVE, kind of helped him early in his career in Ohio, and now years later they're both in GFW, which is kind of cool. I'm definitely excited for Pagano to come to GFW. I've seen
same doggone thing from last week. First off,
it wasn't. It was a different one.
It was the same thing.
But I didn't talk about it that time because y'all was like, "We don't."
Well, shame on you. You should have paid more attention.
But anyway, this man can't let me get. I'm definitely excited for him. I've seen a couple pay-per-views with him on Watch Wrestling in AAA. So you should go to watchwrestling.com, check him out. I'm not saying that you should steal things because technically that's stealing because you're not paid for the paper. Anyway, also I'm excited for Eddie Edwards winning the GHC championship in Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan. So that's kind of cool that they mentioned that. But Richard Justice, this man the GOAT. This man the GOAT. A week later, he's still selling. This man the GOAT. Love him. I love this man. I swear, if they ever release him, I'm gonna quit. I'm never gonna watch GFW Impact again. Whatever it's rebranded to at the time. You need to keep him. Put him in a tag team with Grado. Do it. Do it now.
All right. This man's struggling right now.
He the greatest. He the greatest of all time.
Oh, you talking about Eddie Edwards for the Eddie Edwards thing, right?
The Eddie Edwards and the Pagano thing.
Okay, yeah. I definitely like the Eddie Edwards thing. I like them kind of, this kind of being a once in a career type of a thing. So I really like that. And he had a little like promo that I don't think we could hear that was on there. I liked it though. Main event: Matt Sydal versus Eli Drake, your global champion for the Global Force Wrestling Global Championship. Yeah. I definitely like this match. Eli Drake was definitely in control. I like kind of the, Eli Drake kind of trying to slow him down versus Matt Sydal trying to, speed up the tempo. Matt Sydal was pretty much down throughout the first part of this match. And then, he kind of found that second win late in the match, looking like he could take control. Chris Adonis got involved, multiple times, but really kind of paid dividends when Matt Sydal was going for the shooting star press to end the match. Chris Adonis threw the belt and a chair in the ring to kind of distract the referee. The first one, Eli Drake missed with the belt, and that set up for the shooting star press. And then Chris Adonis gets on the apron, distracting Matt Sydal. Obviously Matt Sydal takes him out, and then he gets hit with the belt, and Eli Drake ends the match with the gravy train. Definitely, I thought it was definitely a good match. I thought it was going to be a little better personally, but I mean, I thought it was a good match. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Eli Drake, but I hope they don't do this too much, where he just kind of not necessarily the winning by any means necessary, but I hope they change up the way he wins if they're going to do it this way. But anyway, Casey, thoughts on the main event of the evening? And Matt Sydal's undefeated streak is over, by the
way. Sometimes things got to end. Sometimes. Definitely a pretty good match. I like that it felt a little bit more equally matched, as opposed to like when Lashley's the champion and it seems like everyone he goes up against has like no chance. I feel like that's one of the things I like with Eli Drake being champion. It more people that challenge him, it feels more equal. Like there's a chance. Like I felt like going into this match, there was a chance that Matt Sydal could win the title, believably, as Rabid would say, believably. But I was pretty sure, obviously, Eli Drake wasn't going to lose the title, but at the same time, I felt like Matt could win somehow. But can someone please explain to me, with Eli and Chris Adonis clearly being heels, why were they trying to hide the chair shots and belt shots? Bruh, if he gets DQ'd, wouldn't he just retain the title anyway?
Well, yeah, but he still wants to win.
But like he would still retain the title though.
He retained the title, but you lose. He wants to win.
Yeah, but you still got the title. Like
that's true. Okay, but a loss is a loss, isn't it?
Yeah, but you still got the title. So
or he can do it this way, get the win and get the title.
So he's a face.
No, he's winning the match. Explain that to me. What face have you seen use the belt?
That's what I'm saying. Him being a heel, why was he trying to hide it? He could have just been disqualified.
Heels do hide when they use the belt. Heels use the distraction to their advantage and use the belt to win, or the ring bell, or whatever they can find. Exposed turnbuckle, whatever.
A lot of times they don't care if the ref sees them, because if they just get disqualified, they still keep the title.
But he still wants to win.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
Title.
It does. If he freaking loses, then it's in the record books. It still says he lost to Matt Sydal. But now he doesn't have to worry about giving Matt Sydal a rematch because he won the dang on match.
And if he got disqualified, he still wouldn't. Shut up.
You tried and you lost.
Right. Somebody in the comments gonna be like, Casey's right. I get his point, and I'm gonna be like, yeah.
No, they're not. they're gonna be like heels always use the belt to their advantage, and they also use distractions to their advantage. And that's what he did. Gosh, this man don't understand the comment. Anyway, that was your GFW Impact Wrestling review for 9/7/2017. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to come by tomorrow for the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, episode 5. It will be on Twitter when it goes up, so that'll help you out for any time concerns you may have. But definitely why are you back over? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you guys next time. This was your GFW Impact Wrestling review. Be sure to come back tomorrow for the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, episode 5.